Close flat and extend the losing streak to a third session. Sectoral indices trade mixed. SEBI likely to act against Hindenburg as the short seller fails to reply to the market regulator's show cause notice. This is an NDTV Profit exclusive. Crude slips below $70 a barrel. Prices slip to two-month low as Middle East conflict widens. Car makers hope for festive cheer as they stock dealerships ahead of the festive season. Automakers report sales uptick for the month of September. Bajaj Auto zooms past TVS in two-wheeler EV sales, closes in on Ola Electric as the market leader clocks its lowest monthly sales so far this year. SpiceJet clears employees' salary dues worth 120 crore rupees after clearing pending GST dues. The Directorate General of Civil Aviation approves merger of AIX Connect with Air India Express. Aviation regulator says will closely monitor post-merger operations. In a bid to tighten the news on insider trading, market regulator SEBI expands the definition of connected persons or persons who have access to price-sensitive information. Final phase of Jammu and Kashmir elections are underway. 40 out of 90 constituencies vote to decide the fate. 415 candidates in the fray. Hello and welcome. You're watching Profit 360 on NDTV Profit. I'm your host Himakshi Bahuguna, and along the next half an hour, we'll get you the latest on the markets, as well as national and international updates. So let's begin with a look at how the stock markets fare today. Nifty and Sensex closed flat and extended their losing streak to a third session. Harsh joins in with a quick wrap of all the market action.
Well, markets closed on a flat note, but nothing to be too negative about because we were in the minus for a large part of the day, at least on the Nifty 50 benchmark, and that flat close is not bad at all. We slipped below 25,750 for quite a few times, but we've held up very close to 25,800 now in trade, so not bad at all. Also, it's a holiday tomorrow, so no movement there. Let's pull up, there you go, the heat map. What really moved today was IT because we had a constructive CLSA note on Tech Mahindra, but even outside of that, Infosys did very, very well in terms of contributors on the Nifty. What didn't do well in terms of contributors were the heavyweights, HDFC as well as RIL. Closing in the red, RIL down nearly 1% plus now at close. HDFC Bank around 1/5% lower. Those were the key drags. But outside of that, you saw a pocket which didn't do well. It was something like an IndusInd, something like a Bajaj Auto within the auto pile. Bajaj Auto, Tata Motors, the numbers were disappointing for September, and therefore those stocks were languishing. What also did well was M&M because very, very strong numbers, 1.7% higher at close. Let's pull up the heat map for the sectors because that will also give us a good picture of what happened through the day. And in terms of sectors, there you go. You saw Nifty Energy down around 3/4% thereabouts, but you also saw good tangible movement both in IT 1.1% higher, and you saw Nifty Media also move around 1.6%. Of course, more movement on the broader markets for the Nifty Media. Nifty Auto held up in the green, so not bad at all, but the Nifty Bank was absolutely flat. No real big movement on the Nifty Bank, and that was really summing the day up. Let's quickly pull up the list, the advanced decline ratio. And we saw good traction, especially in the broader markets, and therefore the breadth of the market was decent. Let's pull up the mid-cap as well as small-cap indices, which closed in the green, at 1/3% higher on the Nifty mid-cap. The Nifty small-cap too up around 2/3% thereabouts. So good constructive moves over there. Let's pull up the BSE 500 last off. Take stock of the top losers and gainers. Some movers, some big movers. Kaplan Point showed very good strength. VMart too on good volumes. PB Fintech, there's plenty of moving parts there. You also had something like a Westlife Foods, the top loser on the BSE 500, but along with it, keep your eye out also on Jubilant Foods, down 3% plus in trade today. Gold financiers had a bit of a dull day, after RBI gave it a rap on their knuckles in terms of process. That kind of sums up pretty much all the major moves that happened.
Amit Verma of Quadria Capital spoke to NDTV Profit, praising the surge in FDA inspections within the Indian pharmaceutical sector. He emphasized that India is poised to become the next major market following China. Have a look.
I think we need to get away from this persecution complex and believe that this is the new world and this is here to stay. I also believe that the FDA works on a certain cadence, and it seems like it's coming at the same time, but it also talks about their on-ground presence having gone up, and the fact that as we start to look outside ex-China, India is the next largest market that they have to be looking at. So my sincere request is to view it as the new normal and expect that there will be a lot more inspections by the FDA.
On to an NDTV Profit exclusive. SEBI is likely to act against Hindenburg since they have not replied to the market regulator's show cause notice. Shrimi joins in with more. Shrimi, what are your sources picking up?
So remember, the SEBI has issued show cause notice to this American short seller Hindenburg Research and 4 others, accusing them of colluding to use non-public information to build short positions against Adani Group. So what we are picking up from our sources is that the process of passing the order is underway. SEBI is, seeking response from all the parties involved, all the alleged accused involved in the matter, and accordingly they are going to pass the order and initiate adjudicating proceeding against all those according to the findings in the matter. Also remember that according to the show cause notice issued by the market regulator, and as the SEBI probe found that these positions, the short positions which they have done, were squared off after the publication of the report, netting a significant profit of about 183 crore. So the sources are saying that they are looking at all the evidences. However, Hindenburg, despite reminders, have not responded to the SEBI show cause notice. And if they have not responded in the given timeline, they are going to pass order without their response.
India's top automakers are reporting their monthly sales data for the month of September, even as inventory builds ahead of a crucial festive season. My colleague Tushar Deep Singh joins in with a detailed overview on the sales numbers.
Hi Himakshi. So essentially, while the India's largest car maker and largest two-wheeler maker have not reported the numbers so far, we are getting the general sense of where the numbers are headed by looking at the numbers posted by their immediate rivals. So while Mahindra & Mahindra has grown by about 24%, Tata Motors has slumped by about 9%, while Toyota India is up 14%. So essentially a mixed bag as far as the car makers are concerned. In terms of two-wheelers, while Hero MotoCorp has not reported its numbers, we can say that in terms of the TVS as well as Bajaj Auto have recorded stellar numbers, so to speak. Bajaj Auto is domestic volumes up 28%. TVS has recorded its best ever month so far. The picture is muted for CV industry, but given the trends that we are seeing so far, we can actually say that there's a inventory build-up that car makers and two-wheeler makers are doing ahead of the festive season. Remember, our conversations with some industry experts have also indicated that the inventory levels, which are at about 70 days, may not essentially decline going ahead into the festive season, but still car makers will pack the dealerships with more vehicles. Himakshi.
Tushar, stay with us. Bajaj Auto has overtaken TVS Motor to become India's number 2 electric two-wheeler maker. So meanwhile, Ola Electric has seen lowest monthly sales for the second time in a row. So Tushar, give us a detailed breakdown of this report.
So essentially, 5 years ago when Bajaj launched its Chetak, it's taken about 5 years for Bajaj Auto to come to that level at this point of time. See, Bajaj Auto and TVS Motors are actually among the incumbents in the electric two-wheeler space, and slowly and gradually they have garnered market share as well as attention among electric two-wheeler buyers. So right now, with at about 20% each, they are competing with Ola Electric, the market leader. As far as market share is concerned, volumes have also come up significantly to about 18,000 to 20,000 units as compared to Ola Electric, which has seen 2 months of declines in August and September to about 27,000 to 23,000 units so far. So what we have seen is that the incumbents have gathered ground. Ola has slipped. Meanwhile, we have to also remember about Ather Energy, which is also going for an IPO at this point of time. It has also added to its market share, and it's sitting at about 14%, shipping at about growing at about 75% year on year. So what seemed like an Ola Electric runaway growth till about 2 months ago, that's now is equally divided among the top 4 players in the electric two-wheeler space.
Yeah, thanks, Tushar, for that. So now, in a bid to tighten the news on insider trading, SEBI has decided to expand the definition of connected persons or people who have access to price-sensitive information. Charu joins us with more. Charu, what would the term include now?
So insider trading regulations have been there for a while now. However, what is the motive of SEBI here? They just want that any person who might be aware of a non-public disclosure, any sensitive information should come under the purview of these regulations. Now, how is that supposed to happen? To increase the spectrum of the definition of connected person and who is a relative and who is not. So earlier, only your spouse would come to be your relative, to be your immediate relative. However, now your parents, siblings, children, or their own spouses will also come under the definition of these relatives and will also come under the spectrum of insider trading regulation. Apart from this, the term connected person will include your firm, your partner, the employee of the firm, or where your own partner is connected, involved, or is an employee. All these people will be under the spectrum of insider trading regulations in an attempt to make the regulation more stringent and expand their scope. However, in a relief, there will be no other additional disclosure requirements or changes to the compliance procedure.
Thanks, Charu, for that. Now, sources have said that the SEBI board does not need to approve F&O regulations. The market regulator had also issued a consultation paper on draft circular. Sajid joins in with the details.
Market regulator SEBI will soon tighten the norms for trading in futures and options for retail investors. It was widely expected that the regulator would come out with such a regulation as part of his board meeting, but the regulator did not announce anything on Monday. That was primarily because SEBI had floated a consultation paper on the draft circular, and as a circular, SEBI will be notifying the same circular as and when it is ready with all the feedbacks and all the changes which has been proposed. As per the guidelines, circulars don't go to the board of SEBI for any approval, and it's an administrative process. So SEBI will put out the final circular based on the consultation process, and then it would be up to the stock exchanges to implement it over a phased manner in the next coming months. As a result, the entire confusion about that the F&O tightening norms did not come in the SEBI board meeting. It's not because it was supposed to, but it's because it was a circular, and boards don't look at the circulars or approve any circulars. Both only look at the regulations and any change in regulations which SEBI is proposing in the capital markets.
SpiceJet has exclusively confirmed to NDTV Profit that it has cleared salary dues from the past 4 months. The airline has paid out a total of 120 crore rupees to its employees. Here's Aditya with the report.
So basically, SpiceJet right now is looking like that it is coming out of turbulence right now, because after the fundraise of 3,000 crores via QIP, SpiceJet is on a spree of clearing all the dues. So basically, in the recent development, the latest one, SpiceJet has cleared the salary dues of 120 crores for the last 4 months. This basically due is for last 4 months. And if we look at the reports that came in the month of September, on 26th of September to be precise, SpiceJet had also cleared the salary dues up till the month of June. So now looking at this entire picture, it looks like SpiceJet has taken the clearing of dues as the priority after raising 3,000 crores, because there were reports that SpiceJet had also cleared the dues of GST which were pending by the airlines. Now it will be very interesting to see that how the airline is going to revive itself, because in a recent interview with NDTV Profit, SpiceJet CMD Ajay Singh had made very clear that the fund raised by the airline are adequate for the expansion plans of the fleet, and there will be no requirement of raising funds till at least 2026 end. And SpiceJet is planning to take their operational fleet to 100 aircraft by the end of 2026. So this entire revival story is going to be very interesting. Watch that how it pans out in the next 1.5 years' time.
Yes, Aditya, thank you so much. It'll be interesting to see how SpiceJet is going to, revive itself. Now, the Directorate General of Civil Aviation approved the merger of AIX Connect with Air India Express effective October 1st, 2024. The seamless transfer ensures uninterrupted operations of AIX. As a result of this merger, there will be a unified rostering system between the two airlines and the website's delivery systems, and the customer service of both airlines are already integrated. Starting today, oil marketing companies have revised commercial LPG gas cylinder prices. The cost of a 19 kg cylinder has increased by 48.50 rupees, now priced at 1,740 rupees in Delhi, while the price of 5 kg free trade LPG cylinders has risen by 12 rupees. This increase, coming just before the festive season, will directly impact restaurants, hotels and other commercial establishments that utilize these cylinders. Meanwhile, domestic LPG cylinder rates remain stable, providing households with some relief. The updated the prices are now applicable nationwide, influencing the cost structure for businesses relying on LPG for their daily operations. Effective today, the price of aviation turbine fuel, or ATF, in Delhi has been cut by 6%, reducing the cost by 5,883 rupees per kilolitre. This is the lowest price recorded since April 2024, providing relief to airlines. Earlier this month, ATF prices were also lowered by 4.6%, or 4,495 rupees per kilolitre. Prices can vary from state to state based on local taxes. A decrease in ATF prices generally benefits airlines by improving profitability and enabling competitive fares. Following this price reduction, airline stocks including Interglobe Aviation, that is Indigo, and SpiceJet saw a rise of over 5% in early trading on October 1st. Jammu and Kashmir is voting has gone to polls, and this is the third day and final phase of polling. 40 out of 90 constituencies are going to the polls. A total of 415 candidates are contesting, including 28 women. Voting will take place across 5,060 polling stations. Here's Nazir from NDTV with a detailed ground report. So we'll be joined by Nazir shortly. I think we've lost him, but moving on. So doctors in West Bengal are back on strike today as they announced a total cease of work. The doctors partially rejoined duties on September 21 after a 42-day protest over the Kolkata rape and murder case. Junior doctors are demanding better security at state hospitals. The suspension of work began this morning as doctors alleged that there was no positive response from the government to fulfill their demands for safety at work. The doctors have also announced a massive protest rally in the city on October 2nd, coinciding with Gandhi Jayanti and Mahalya, which marks the beginning of 10-day Durga Puja festival in the state. A gold and silver trader in Ahmedabad was duped of 1.3 crores after fraudsters paid him in fake notes. The notes had an image of the Bollywood actor Anupam Kher instead of Mahatma Gandhi. The two were later arrested.
We all are so used to seeing the toothless grin and hairless head of the father of the nation on our currency notes. One can only guess what some wannabe counterfeiters in Ahmedabad, Gujarat thought when they decided to print fake currency notes. Probably they thought that any hairless head would do. And so they came up with the bright idea to print actor Anupam Kher's image in place of Mahatma's. The Anupam Kher notes printed were worth 1 crore and 60 lakh rupees. The counterfeiters went to a bullion trader, Mehul Thakkar, in Ahmedabad's Manik Chowk. They said they wanted to buy 2100 grams of gold. Thakkar was asked to deliver the gold to a firm in Navrangpura. Thakkar's assistants reached the firm with the gold. The counterfeiters handed over 26 bundles of the fake 500 rupee notes in a plastic bag and took the gold. When Mehul Thakkar's men decided to check the amount in the bag, the counterfeiters took to their feet on the pretext of bringing another 30 lakh rupees. That's when Thakkar's men were dazzled by the Anupam Kher notes. With gold prices skyrocketing, crimes related to gold have increased. But this is perhaps the most novel one of them all.
Bollywood's top stars are turning their attention to entrepreneurship, capitalizing on their fame to build business empires. Hrithik Roshan's HRX has turned into a profitable brand, while Katrina Kaif's K-Beauty has seen strong growth. However, Deepika Padukone's 82 East faced significant losses. Malika Mishra brings us a detailed report.
Celebrity brands aren't new in this country, but how many are really successful? Let's take a look at the winners first. As per news reports, Hrithik Roshan's HRX crossed a revenue of a whopping 1,000 crore rupees recently. It also partnered with Myntra that further increased its reach and revenue. Launched in 2013 as a fitness and lifestyle brand, HRX stands tall as one of the most successful celebrity-owned brands in India that competes with well-reputed brands like Nike, Puma and Decathlon. Then comes Katrina Kaif's K-Beauty that launched in collaboration with Nykaa and is the third most searched D2C brand on the platform. It has a large customer base of 15 lakh loyal consumers and is expected to grow at an impressive rate of 62%. Then in line is Alia Bhatt's Edamama, a kids and maternity wear brand. It achieved a four-fold increase in revenue at 16.2 crore rupees in FY 2022. But let's not miss out the fact that Reliance Retail acquired a 51% stake in the brand back in September 2023. But what about others? Virat Kohli's Wrong, Salman Khan's Being Human, Anushka Sharma's Noosh, and quite newly launched Deepika Padukone's 82 Degree E. Do you know that they're all soaked in losses? So where did they go wrong? And what did the successful ones do right? Take a look at this table. Successful celebrity brands focused on building a meaningful connection with the product, established long-term brand image, portrayed the brand as an extension of the celebrity's interests or personality, maintained authenticity and kept their prices affordable, unlike the unsuccessful ones. So what do you think of celebrity-owned brands? Is it a yay or a nay?
Mumbai Dabbawalas, who have been integral to the city's identity in a move to promote sustainable mobility and ease of delivery, the Dabbawalas of Mumbai will now be using state-of-the-art electrical motorcycles for distributing lunch boxes in the city. 25 of them have received these motorcycles. Despite the changing times, the mode of the transport for the Dabbawalas has remained the same. Considering that the Dabbawalas use bicycles for their deliveries, this move is aimed at empowering them by electrifying their fleet.
The Dabbawalas, a symbol of Mumbai's enduring spirit, capture the imagination of the city like nothing else. Long-standing, hard-working and with tireless dedication. This 130-year-old institution, which has been delivering lunch boxes on bicycles to the working class of the city, will now experience a sense of ease. thanks to the introduction of sustainable mobility through e-bikes into their daily routine.
133 साल से ब्रिटिश काल से हम लोग मुंबई में डब्बा पहुंचाने का काम कर रहे हैं। मुंबई को सेवा देते देते आज मुंबई की जो सड़कें हैं, मुंबई का जो जीवन है, भौतिक जीवन है, उसमें काफ़ी सारे बदलाव आए हैं। आज अगर हम रोड पे चलते हैं तो 20 साल पुरानी मुंबई और आज की मुंबई, इसमें बहुत बदल है कि लोगों की भीड़ और उतनी ही वाहनों की भीड़ मुंबई में लगी रहती है। इसकी वजह से मुंबई में जो वक्त पे डब्बा पहुंचाने का हमारा जो कौशल है, या तो फिर जो इसमें थोड़ी बाधाएं ज़रूर आ रही है। थोड़ी कसरत का सामना करना पड़ता है, थोड़े समस्याओं का सामना करना पड़ता है, ट्रैफिक बहुत ज़्यादा रहती है, मगर जो हमारा लौकिक है कि वक्त पे डब्बा पहुंचाने का, ये लौकिक संभाल के रखने के लिए हम जी तोड़ मेहनत कर रहे हैं।
Vatavaran, an NGO which has been a strong advocate for clean air in the city, has provided 25 state-of-the-art e-bikes to the Dabbawalas along with IIFL Foundation, CSR wing of IIFL, one of the players in the financial service space. They believe that the Dabbawalas have the potential to be much more than just tiffin servers and play an active role in promoting sustainable transportation.
मुंबई में जो पिछले 134 साल या 134 इयर्स जो कम्युनिटी सर्व कर रहे हैं साइकिल से, वॉकिंग से या लोकल ट्रेन से, तो दैट इज़ द मोस्ट ब्यूटीफुल मॉडल जो हम कह सकते हैं कि दे आर द रियल चैम्पियन ऑफ द क्लाइमेट एक्शन लेने के लिए, क्लाइमेट एक्शन के लिए वो एक असली चैंपियंस है।
The Dabbawalas feel the e-bikes will greatly assist them in their food delivery.
सोसाइटी में हम लोग पोल्यूशन फैलाने वाले कोई भी वाहनों का इस्तेमाल नहीं करते हमारी टोटल डिलीवरी सर्विसेज में, सिस्टम में। तो इसके चलते ये लोगों ने जो हमें ई बाइक्स दिया है, उसकी वजह से हमारे कार्य में सुलभता भी आ सकती है और थोड़ी उस क्या फास्ट ट्रैक पे भी हम जा सकते हैं।
Well, that's all the time we had on this edition of Profit 360. Stay tuned to NDTV Profit for more news and updates.